Okay, so just like blind students, deaf students have their own, deaf and hearing impaired students have their own list of adaptations or adjustments that need to be made in the classroom setting. One example would be to try and eliminate um, video representations of something that requires audio in order to fully comprehend it. If you do need to go that route and you do need to display a video, adding subtitles in the video or making sure subtitles are enabled is a way to go about playing the video and making sure that your deaf or hearing impaired students are able to follow along with it. Other than that, when you do lessons and you do presentations and lectures, make sure that when you're doing it, you have some sort of visual aid to accompany it. If your student is gifted at lip reading, that's great, but not all students will be. Some students will need actual textual information to look at and read and follow along. So you want to make sure when you're doing a lecture or presentation, there is some sort of text for them to look at and follow along with what you're saying. As a bit of a side note for both of these disabilities, deafness and hearing impaired and blindness and visually impaired, a lot of times what will happen with these students is that they will start to become frustrated because they feel that they're being excluded or they aren't getting the material because the teacher isn't doing a very good job of making sure they feel included. And so frustration will ensue, and then that frustration leads to them not wanting to try. So you got to make sure as the teacher that you do your best to try and include them as much as possible and make sure that whenever you give instructions or directions or knowledge to students who do not have any sort of disabilities, that you are doing everything you can to give your students with disabilities that same knowledge, if not more.